Good evening, everybody. Welcome to day 28 of National Poetry Month, or as I've been saying, and more accurately, night 28, since I do these things at nighttime. So, yeah, we're coming down to near the end of National Poetry Month, and as kind of bleh, as that makes me, I'm glad to have been able to do these things, and it turns out, as always, like things kind of work out for a reason. I have 30 poems in my book, and there are 30 days in April. Anyway, I had a pretty cool night. Got to see my buddy Brooks Hubbard perform again, and he's living in Nashville, Tennessee. So him coming this way is a homecoming, and it's always a welcome thing to see him perform. And he's making a name for himself, and it couldn't happen to a better dude. The guy is truly a gifted and talented and just super sweet and warm person. Someone I've always been charged up to be around for his creativity and for his heart and for his just altogether energy. I love it. So Brooks, good good job tonight. Actually, great job tonight. As always, I love to see how much further you grow every time I see you perform. So keep that up, because man, or as some people I've admired and I've talked to have told me about my writing, keep that shit up, Brooks. You're doing it. You're doing it, and I'm proud to know you. All right. Uh, so yeah. As I'm going through this, like I always kind of end up bumping into all sorts of people I know when I go out to see a Brooks show. But anyway, I'm going on in I think of poetry as a way to get to the matters of the heart, and with that tonight, there's two poems I've got, one of mine obviously, and then one of someone else's that go into that idea that the things come from the heart. I talked about my poetry a little bit tonight with some people, and I'm not interested in writing poems that are used coded language, or that use heavy influence on that idea that you need to kind of really dig to get to the meaning of it. I don't spoon feed my readers or my audience, but I also don't make you work to the point where you want to throw my poems across a room. They all come from the heart, and I'm proud to say that, because that's how I connect with people, and that's how I connect with my writing. Is it's through the heart, and it's honest, dirty, gritty sometimes, and just it's just right to it, and that's how I do it. So yeah, I got a couple poems that are heart centered, that whether or not they look like it, they go right to it and from the heart to whoever is hearing or listening or reading, and that's how I want to do it. The first poem I've got by someone else, like my opening act, which I can only dream someone like this would open it over me. Comes from a book called What Learning Leaves by Taylor Mali. Taylor Mali is one of my favorite poets. Certainly one of my favorite living poets. I think I've said before in other videos, I got to hang out with a dude a while back, talk with him a little bit, and he signed the book I'm about to read from. He's the guy that has over 1 million views for a poem called "What Teachers Make." If you haven't checked that out, you should, especially if you know some teachers or educators. It's amazing poem, and it's on the YouTube, so check that out. So yeah, I'm going to read this poem of his from that book. It's called "How My Heart Got to Be This Way." It's hard to say like what my favorite poems are for him, but it's up there for me. And this is a poem that I really dig, and it's a poem that I really care about, and it's a poem that really speaks to me. So I'm going to speak it to you. And this one is called "How My Heart Got to Be This Way." I know I said that twice, didn't I? Taylor Mali. All right. How my heart got to be this way. The only lie my father ever told me was that when the time came, I would know what to say to a girl. That's a little subtext in there. All right. And here's the poem. My heart is the size of two frozen hands, cupped between hers, held up like a bouquet of sensibility, pressed to her lips, kissed. Whispered to, slowly becoming warm. Had she ever wondered who I was? I was that high school boy trying to speak my way into her eyes, as clear in the illicit moon as the silhouette of leafless branches on the northeast night sky. If ever there had been a time to say something, it was then. To say something, or I could have wished for an alphabet of varsity letters or spelled out the eloquence of my heart in pom-poms. I know why they say you'll know it's when it's love. And the first cut better be the deepest one, because deeper than the heart, there's only bone. How My Heart Got to Be This Way by Taylor Mali. From What Learning Leaves. I only show you that book because I want to give these guys that I am very influenced by the credit, and I want you to check that out, to find it on I find a way to buy on them, I guess, and then support my fellow poets. I never thought I would ever say that I was a contemporary to people like Taylor Mali or Saul Williams or Sarah Kay or Lawrence Ferlinghetti or David Budbill or the list goes on. Like, I never thought I would say I was a contemporary of those guys, but since I'm published now, and that's a surreal feeling to even say, I can say that now. And onward I go. Analog Poems time. Yeah, I put this book out, and I really, 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 I'm really proud of these these poems that are in this book. And they're sometimes soul bearing, sometimes I've been told tear jerking, sometimes heartbreaking, sometimes just triumphant, I think. This is one of those poems that, like, I really was living in a moment when I wrote this poem. I'm not sure how serious you want to take this, but you can take it any way you want to take it. As always, it's up to you. But I can tell you, that I'm here to discuss it with. So let me know. All right, here we go. This one's along those lines of speaking and writing from the heart. This one's called Race Day: Hopeless Romantic or Romantic Hopeless. This one I'm pretty proud of too. But anyway, okay, Race Day: Hopeless Romantic or Romantic Hopeless, by me. It's safer on the inside. My heart lives on the outside. My heartbeat is my compass, making it too easy to lose track. But heart brings me back. Fact. Heart filters my view of the world. But lately heart's got me writing poems about girls. Heart's got his own logic, his own way. Brain can't use it. He'd look sick. Maybe that's why mouth always sounds like he's got nothing to say. Leaving nothing to black and white, only variants of gray. Thought I drank the sweetest of juices. Should have known it was all fittings for all of the tightest of nooses. With every sip, I should have had at least a sliver of a hunch that what I had been drinking was spiked punch. She has a boyfriend whose name isn't mine. No action attached to when she said, I'm one of a kind. I suppose her means justify her ends, when the only way will be ever described is just friends. Which is all good, which is all fine, which is all fair. But man, she didn't stop there. You're the nicest guy, she said. You'll definitely be a hit. But I'm still on some nice guys finished last shit. I'd like to think I'm so far behind, I think I'm in first place. Though the truth is, I'm probably not even in the race. Missed the gun. I'm still in the blocks. Shyness or insecurity or whatever holding me there like a sack of rocks. Like swimming with the fishes, they say. Drowning in the depths of wishes. Drowning in wishes, I stay a hopeless romantic, or romantic hopeless, in the deepness of wishes. Race Day, hopeless romantic, or romantic hopeless, by me. Straight out of the book, Analog Poems. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this tonight. It's a fun time it's always a fun time to read these poems. I love reading the poems, especially with the backdrop behind me of the many artists that have inspired me, and I like to read the poems that have inspired me and have gotten me to where I'm going and where I'm at, and where I'm going to continue going, I hope. So that's that. That's tonight. As always, if you're watching this on YouTube, look at the description section. You'll see a way to buy my book, Analog Poems, in the description, or it's up above on the Facebooks in the title of this here video, this talking head video of poetry. So yeah, like if you want to read that, if you want to read some more, if you want to read my poems, do so. If you want to buy my poems, please do so. If you want to buy them for someone else, do so. If I live near you, or if you know I'm coming near you, let me know, and I will sign a copy for you, free of charge. I don't know why people charge anything for that. But anyway, there's that. So that is my video for tonight. Hope it finds you all well. I hope it finds you all healthy, and that's like I said, it's all there is to it. Yeah, have a great night, everybody. And, as always, one love.